1st November 2021 Morning Murli Om Shanti BapDada Matapan. Sweet children, your behavior has to be very sweet and royal. There should be no evil spirit of anger at all. Question: what should you children definitely pay attention to in order to receive a reward for 21 births? Answer: while living and doing everything in this world, your intellect should be connected in yoga with the true beloved. Don't have any bad habits due to which the Father's honor would be lost. While living at home, live together with so much love for one another that others see that you have very good divine virtues. Song: Awaken, O brides, awaken. The new age is about to come. Om Shanti. You sweetest spiritual children heard the song. Your children most surely have understood its meaning too. The Father comes and tells you new things. Your children heard those things of the new age for the new world 5,000 years ago. You are now hearing them once again. In between, you just heard things of the path of devotion. These things do not exist in the golden age. There you have the reward of the path of knowledge. Your children are now earning a true income for the new world. Knowledge is said to be a source of income. Some become barristers or engineers by studying. That also brings an income. You became the kings of kings through the study. Thus is such an great income. You children now have faith. If you do have some doubt, it will turn into faith as you progress. Liberation and life in a second has been remembered. You belong to Baba and you became masters of the inheritance. The Father, who is the creator of heaven, has come to make you into the masters. Your children should have this faith. You also know you have two fathers. One is a physical father and the other is the spiritual father, whom you call the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. O God, the Father, a physical father can never be called the Supreme Father. Only the one Father from beyond is the bestower of peace and happiness for all. Everyone in the golden age is happy. All the rest of the souls reside in the land of peace. In the golden age, you have peace, happiness, wealth, bodies free from diseases, etc. You have everything, so everyone calls out to the most beloved Father. Sages and holy men perform deep devotion, but they don't know whom they are making that spiritual endeavor for. They make spiritual endeavor for the Brahma element in order to merge into it, but they cannot merge into it. Sins cannot be cut away by remembering the element of Brahma. The Father says constantly remember me alone. Am I the Almighty Authority, or is the element of Brahma a place of residence? That the element of Brahma is the great element where all souls reside. They have therefore considered the element of Brahma to be God, just as the people of Bharat have considered Hinduism to be their religion because they reside in Hindustan. Similarly, they have considered the element of Brahma, a place of residence, to be God. That is Brahmanda, where souls live as points of light in an egg-shaped form, which is why that place is called Brahmand. Thus is the human world. Brahmand is separate from the human world. No one knows what a soul is. They say that a wonderful star sparkles in the center of the forehead. Then they say souls are thumb-shaped. However, the Father says A soul is an extremely subtle point and cannot be seen with these eyes. People try a great deal to see and catch hold of it, but if no one knows anything about it, your children know you now have to become the Father's helpers in making Bharat into heaven. The Father only comes in Bharat. It is only in Bharat that people celebrate the birthday of Shiv. Christ has been and gone, and Christians therefore celebrate Christmas. They even know when Christ came, but the people of Bharat don't know when the Father came or when Krishna came. They don't know anything about anyone. All the praise that is sung is of Krishna, the rock, an image of him in a cradle, and love him a lot, but they don't know when he was born. They say he related the Gita in the Copper Age, but Krishna doesn't exist in the Copper Age. The divine activities are those of only the one Father. This is why they say of him, only you know your ways and means. Krishna is a prince of the golden age. His mother has a vision in advance that she is going to have a child through the power of yoga. There, they even shed their bodies in the same way. Each one sheds a body and takes another. There is the example of the snake. In fact, sannyasis cannot give that example. You sit and buzz this knowledge to the people who enlarge in vice and make them satopradhan from tamopradhan. It is your business to buzz this knowledge and change human beings into deities. The example of the tortoise is of this time. After performing actions, whatever time you have, remember the Father. You know this is your final birth. The play now has to end. Even bodies are now old. The karmic accounts of the body have to be settled. When you become Satopradhan, you will reach your karmatit stage. You will then no longer be able to stay in your present bodies. Once you reach your karmatit stage, you will shed your bodies and the war will begin. All bodies will be destroyed and all souls will return home like a swarm of mosquitoes. No one can return home without becoming pure. This is the land of sorrow established by Ravan, whereas the temple of Shiv means Shivalaya was established by Ram means God. In fact, the name of the Supreme Soul at Shiv, not Ram. All deities reside in the golden age, the temple of Shiv. Then, on the path of devotion, they build temples to Shiv in which they keep images of Shiv. Thus is the throne of shivbaba. The soul is seated on this throne. The Father also comes and sits next to this one and teaches you. He doesn't stay here all the time. When you remember him, he comes. The Father says, I am your unlimited Father. You are to receive the inheritance from me. Brahma is not the unlimited Father. Therefore, you have to remember me. You, sweet children, know that Baba is the ocean of knowledge and the ocean of love. So you children also have to become oceans of love. Husband and wife don't have true love for one another. They consider the vice of lust to be love. However, Baba had said, lust is the greatest enemy. It causes sorrow from its beginning through the middle to the end. Deities were viceless, and this is why they say, I want a child like Krishna. I want a husband like Krishna. They remember the land of Krishna. The Father is now establishing the land of Krishna. You yourselves can become like Sri Krishna or Mohan, the one who attracts all. There must be other prince and princesses too. You are becoming all of those here. There is also a list of those. There are 8 bits of a rosary and also 108 bits of a rosary. People wear a ring of 9 jewels. Who are those 8 and who is the one in the middle? Only you know that we are becoming jewels through the sweetest father of all. The father says, children, interact with one another with a lot of love. Otherwise, you will defame Baba's name. Those who have the Sadguru defame cannot attain a high status. Give everyone the mantra, remember the one father, and the alloy will be removed. You should interact with everyone at home with so much love that others believe you don't have any anger, but that you do have a lot of love. To drink alcohol, smoke cigarettes, etc. are bad habits, and all such bad habits have to be renounced. Divine virtues have to be imbibed here. It takes effort to establish a kingdom. Those of other religions don't establish a kingdom. They continue to come from up above until the very end. You are creating your reward for 21 births, and many storms of Maya will come. Nevertheless, you still have to make effort and imbibe divine virtues. If you speak in anger, people will say there is an evil spirit in you. It means you have lost the honor of the unlimited Father. How can you then claim a high status? Become very sweet and free from any temptation. While living here and doing everything, your yoga has to be connected to the beloved. Baba had said, remember me and your sins will be burnt away. This is called the fire of yoga. There is no need for heart yoga here. Keep your body healthy because it is your most valuable body. Also, eat pure food. Look at the type of bhog that is offered to the deities. Go and see that at Srinath Dware. The people of Bengal offer a goat as a bhog to Kali. They even fed fish etc. to departed spirits. They believed the departed spirits would become upset otherwise. Someone started a system and that has continued. No sin is committed in the kingdom of deities. That is the kingdom of Ram. Here, actions become sinful actions. Their actions are neutral. Devotees go to Haridwar. Krishna is referred to as Hari, but Krishna exists in the golden age. In fact, Hari is a name for Shiv, the remover of sorrow, but they inserted Krishna's name in the Gita and considered Krishna to be Hari. In fact, it is Shivbaba who removes everyone's sorrow. The golden age is the gateway to Hari, means Haridwar. People on the path of devotion continue to say whatever enters their minds. The Father says, I come at the confluence age to make the old world new. Ravan is your old enemy. People burn his effigy every year and they spend so much money too. All of that is a waste of time and a waste of money. They make images of so many goddesses in Bengal. They feed them and worship them and then sing them. There is a song based on that. Your children have to become very sweet, never speak in anger, never sulk with the father. If you stop studying after sulking, it means you are putting an axe to your own foot. You have come here to become the masters of the world. The emperor is Sri Narayan and the empress is Sri Lakshmi. However, Sri Sri is Shivbaba's title. Deities are referred to as Sri. Sri means elevated. Just think about what you were. Look how Maya sculpted you and what she made you into. Bharat was so wealthy, then how did it become poverty-stricken? What happened? They don't understand anything. You now know you were deities and then you became warriors. They say each soul is the supreme soul. Otherwise, the meaning of Hamso, it's so easy. Those people say that each one had just one human birth. But the Father explains that you human beings take 84 births. Out of those 84 births, this birth of the confluence age is the invaluable one. It is the time when you receive the inheritance of heaven from the unlimited Father. You are the children of the very royal Father, and so you should have so much royalty in you. Royal people never speak loudly. In the world, there is so much upheaval in every home. There isn't anything like that in heaven. This Baba belonged to the Vallabhachari clan. There is so much difference between the golden age deities and the impure Vaishnavas of today. It isn't that Vaishnavas don't indulge in vice. Everyone in Ravan's kingdom is born through vice. In the golden age, they are completely viceless. You are now becoming completely viceless and also becoming the masters of the world through the power of yoga. Your behavior should be very sweet and royal. You mustn't debate or argue over the scriptures. When people debate the scriptures, they even beat one another with sticks. Those poor people can't be blamed. They don't have this knowledge at all. Thus, a spiritual knowledge which you receive from the spiritual Father. He is the ocean of knowledge. He doesn't have a bodily name because he is a subtle image. He says, "My name is Shiv." I neither take a physical body nor a subtle body. I am called the ocean of knowledge and the ocean of bliss. Look at what they have written in the scriptures that Hanuman was the son of the wind. How can a child be born from the wind? They say of God that he incarnates in a crocodile and a fish. They have insulted him so much. Baba comes and explains, "You insulted me so much by following devilish dictates. You were not satisfied by speaking of 24 incarnations, and so you put me into every pebble and particle. All the scriptures have been written from the corporeal onwards. At first, there was only the worship of Shiv. The Gita too was written later. The Father now explains to you. All of this is an eternal play. I have now come to make you into the masters of the world. Therefore, you should follow the Father fully. You should have a very good character. It is also a wonder to see what exists at the end of the Iron Age and what you will see in the Golden Age. Bharat is insolvent in the Iron Age and became solvent in the Golden Age. There are no other lands at that time. The Gita episode is being repeated. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father, BapDada. The spiritual father says, Namaste to the spiritual children. The spiritual children says, Namaste and good morning to the spiritual father. Essence for the dharana. First point, we are the children of the royal father. Therefore, our behavior has to be very royal. Do not speak loudly. Become very sweet. Second point, never sulk with the father or with one another. Never sulk and stop studying. Renounce all your bad habits. Blessing. May you be loving to God and by having the awareness of the company of the Almighty Authority, chase away all problems. Explanation: the children who are loving to God always keep the one they love with them, and this is why no problem comes in front of them. Problems cannot stay in front of those who have the Almighty Authority Father with them. When problems arise, finish them there and then, and they won't increase. Now have birth control of problems. Always remember, you have to bring completion close and chase away problems from a distance. Slogan: do not make effort to be loving, but make effort to be detached, and you will automatically be loved. Om Shanti.